Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So we've got Bitcoin guys stalling out a little bit here, but this is still looking very, very strong. I mean, we've only gone down about 7% since Bitcoin did reach a new all-time high on Wednesday of about 93,400. So let's just put that up there. Right now, as of the time of this recording, Bitcoin has rebounded up to 89,700. So it did go as low as 86.7. Now it's back up to 89.7. Overall, 7%. That is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Let's take a quick look at the market. So we've dipped under $3 trillion yet again. Market cap is down by 1.65%. Volume has taken a bit of a back seat, down 29% from yesterday's numbers. Fear and greed, though, still fairly strong at 84. Bitcoin dominance slipping a little bit, 59.83. You can see profit takers are taking some profit from the market today, but, the 7-day numbers are still looking very, very strong. Look at Dogecoin, for example, 88.9% in the last 7 days. Even XRP is up 50% in the last 7 days, and XRP is actually one of those cryptocurrencies that has performed well in the last 24 hours. I don't know what it is. It seems like, Bitcoin does its thing, the rest of the altcoin market does its thing, and then XRP does its thing on its own, kind of as a laggard, last and fast. This is the theory. This is what I stand by. I've been in this market a long time. Dogecoin whales bought 140 million Doge in the past 24 hours, worth around $56 million. So another metric here, I think, to suggest that, this is just cooling down and the whales are taking this opportunity to buy more cryptocurrency. Guys, this is the Doge chart on the hourly. You can see Doge made an inter-year high just on Tuesday, right up here, at about almost 44 cents, 43.9, and I'm going to explain why this is important. Right now, as of the time of this recording, we're looking at 37.3 for one Dogecoin, and the fact that whales are still accumulating now. I mean, if we just take a look at this trend, if we take a look at this 4-year cycle, this was the last high for Dogecoin back in May of 2021. It did get up to 73.5 cents. And if you were to just kind of take a look at where we are today vis-a-vis the last cycle here, okay, so if we were to take Dogecoin throughout, the latter half of 2020, we are kind of in this region in here. We're just starting the ascension. So right now, if we were to take this tool here, you can see Doge is up roughly 313%. Let's take that tool, take it from roughly the same place here. And this first peak here brought us up 473% for Doge. So, I mean, Dogecoin was climbing along the way, but tapped out at 473. You can see here, it did go up 3,600% before retracing back down in here, and that would have been around February 2021. And then the grand finale for Dogecoin, it went up over 30,000% in 2021. And that was from this bottom, not even from the absolute low that we saw back in March of 2020. So to give you guys a sense of where we are in terms of altcoins, I think Dogecoin illustrates this very nicely. Now, Rect Capital bringing this to our attention, guys. BTC has only begun its parabolic phase in this cycle. Historically, this phase has lasted on average about 300 days, and Bitcoin is only on day 10 of its parabolic phase. So you've got to imagine how much more of this we have to go, okay? It gets me excited because, we've been waiting so long for this. And now, guys, we're going to reap the rewards. For more information on what I'm doing, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in all my moves. The $15,000 plus portfolio, I think I'm probably going to be having some more live Q&A sessions over there on the Patreon as the market continues heating up. And it is only $5 a month right now. You can get in at $5 a month. If you get in now, you will be grandfathered in at that price because I will be raising the price soon. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. So we're only at 89,700 for one Bitcoin. And if you just take a look historically, from when Bitcoin did get past its all-time high, we generally do see a lot more time in the market. Actually, 2021 wasn't a great example because we did see that dip before Bitcoin continued its rise. But the top in 2013, when it retraced in 2017, from there to the end of the market, we did see another, let's just take a look here. We did see another roughly 260 days. So time in market, guys, generally speaking, on average, we do see this euphoric phase continue for quite a while. I mean, we're already 66 days in, so you add another 260 and there you go, about 300 give or take. I mean, you can move this around depending on where you want to take it from. But I think you get the idea now. Let's take a look at XRP because it has been rocking and rolling. Wallets with at least 1 million XRP now hold a combined 45.61 billion tokens, their highest amount held since June of 2018. That was a long time ago. That was when I started the channel. In the past 2 years, whales and sharks have reversed course and accumulated 3.44 billion more XRP, an 8.16% increase. Traders have enjoyed a plus 40% return in the last 7 days. So guys, this is why we're here, right? XRP. Well, for the majority of you guys, I'm sure this is why XRP is trading in and around 82.5 cents right now. So look at that. A thing of beauty, I gotta say. 82.7, 82.6, 82.7. We did have a bit of a bearish day here on Wednesday, but after that, we have just been continuing to the upside. If I throw this on the hourly, you guys can see we have seen some dips in there. And yeah, I mean, I project we are going to see some more volatility for XRP. It's not going to be like this for the entire cycle all the way through. But I mean, it's a good start. Remember what I was saying in that video I did just a few days ago? I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner, taking a look at that fractal pattern from back in 2017 when we did see this sharp move to the upside, and how we're already noticing a similar pattern here. The base down in here, it looks very, very similar to what we're seeing in here. I mean, you got to extend it out a little bit, but guys, nevertheless, this trajectory to the upside looking very positive. And the next level of resistance just around the corner, 94.7. So guys, we're very close to that. Two very big announcements were dropped yesterday, and one was Trumer. I don't know if it was real, not real. People were scratching their heads about this. Crypto Law here posting this, saying this isn't good. Breaking news, President-elect Donald Trump announced his intention to nominate former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton to be U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. So this, I happen to see this. Here's the official article. First, I just kind of wanted to mention this, and this is, I think, where it got a little murky. Eleanor Turret posted this. Be honest, how many of you in the XRP community nearly fainted when they saw the Reuters blast mistakenly reporting that Jay Clayton had been picked for the SEC chair yet again? So apparently there was a typo, I guess, over there at Reuters. They claimed that Jay Clayton was actually going to become the chair of the SEC yet again. Yes, the same guy that decided to announce a lawsuit against Ripple and XRP. Well, so, you know, some of these stories have been, I think, jumbled in a mess of what is truth and what isn't truth. This, in fact, is truth. President-elect Donald Trump is tapping former regulator Jay Clayton to be the U.S. Attorney for Manhattan and two of his own criminal defense attorneys for powerful positions in the Justice Department, fleshing out his top picks to reshape American law enforcement. So that part is true. He's not tapped to be the next SEC chair, but in fact tapped to be the next U.S. Attorney for Manhattan. Trump's plans for the Justice Department have been for months a lightning rod, and his choice of embattled lawmaker Matt Gaetz, by the way, thank you for correcting me on how to pronounce his name, as Attorney General, sparked a political firestorm this week. Clayton, who led the SEC in Trump's first administration, as well as former federal prosecutor Todd Blanche for Deputy Attorney General and Emil Bove as Principal Associate Attorney General, are far less controversial choices. Trump has indicated, though, that he'll push for a radical transformation of the Justice Department, which has more than 115,000 employees. The department is central to what Trump will need to carry out his agenda, from enforcing federal laws to litigating controversial matters. So he has appointed Jay Clayton. I know some are saying this is not a good thing. Jesse Hines saying, you know, this is a slap in the face to crypto believers. Many people may blame Gensler for the SEC's policies towards crypto, but it all started with Jay Clayton. Anyone who is pro-crypto would never, and I mean never, give this guy a job ever again for what he did, dropping the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit and then bouncing. So how many of you guys were here in December of 2020? I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this. You know, I remember this was this was the biggest story in the XRP community and probably even in the crypto community at that time. So you would not trust Jay Clayton moving forward. Don't know what this is going to mean for his new appointment there. I don't think it's going to affect crypto so much, but anyway, people have their opinions here. So Fred Rispoli was wondering, so is this fake or true? A lot of news organizations besides Reuters are reporting it, but that means nothing. Don't see a Trump post announcing this either. This would be a clear step down for Clayton. So what the heck is going on here? Now, Fred Rispoli did respond to himself. Edit, I should have checked Truth Social first. This is a legit post. The good news is that Jay is a spineless coward that does what he's told, and he's pro-crypto now. So that's the other thing we got to remember. And the SDNY spot is really more criminal focused, so we're still good. And that's what I think too. Edit, I wasn't aware the fake part regarding the SEC chair. I thought that, excuse me, I thought the fake part was the SDNY U.S. attorney appointment, and that part is in fact true. So there are some points here that are getting a bit confusing because, guys, we also have this story. Eleanor Turret posting this, the full story, 18 states have sued the SEC over unconstitutional overreach of digital assets. The complaint was filed on Thursday afternoon in collaboration with crypto advocacy group Fund DeFi, which advocates for sound policy in the decentralized finance space. This happened just yesterday afternoon, guys. 18 states have now filed a lawsuit against the SEC and its 5 commissioners, accusing them of unconstitutional overreach and unfair persecution of the $3 trillion cryptocurrency industry under their leadership. And Gary Gensler, led by Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman. The lawsuit was jointly filed in the Kentucky District Court in partnership with 17 other Republican general attorneys from Nebraska, Tennessee, West Virginia, Iowa, Texas, Mississippi, Montana, Arkansas, Ohio, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, Utah, Louisiana, South Carolina, Oklahoma, and Florida. The complaint was filed in collaboration with crypto advocacy group, the Crypto Advocacy Group DeFi Educational Fund. And notably, the lawsuit alleges that the agency's industry-wide crackdown on U.S. crypto companies is unconstitutional because it violates fundamental principles of federalism, which ensure that government agencies operate within their constitutionally defined roles. So Gary Gensler obviously taking a lot of heat because of this. We know the details. I'm sure you guys know the details, but I will link this article in the description of the video for you if you guys want to read the full thing. Of course, the SEC did not respond for comment. Gensler defended his actions against the industry during a speech at the Practicing Law Institute's 56th Annual Institute on Securities Regulations Conference on Thursday. Here is a quote. Court after court has agreed with our actions to protect investors and rejected all arguments that the SEC cannot enforce the law when securities are being offered from their form, he said. The lawsuit further alleges that by imposing penalties and restrictions on digital asset platforms without a proper regulatory framework, the SEC's actions have introduced significant risks to one of America's fastest growing economic sectors and infringed on states' rights to regulate their own economies. So now he's being sued, well, the SEC is being sued by 18 different states. And Stuart Alderati did not waste any time getting out there on X. He posted his response. Gary Gensler's institutional damage to the SEC runs deep. His legacy of undermining American innovation and failing to uphold the law is shameful. With 18 states suing to hold him accountable, I look forward to him soon becoming an unfortunate footnote in SEC history. And I mean, I think this is why we started to see XRP pumping amid this news. I mean, I don't think it really matters at this point what happens with Gary Gensler. XRP is going to do well. XRP has been cleared now. There's no longer a question if it's a security or not. So, this pump has been very welcoming. I'm not going to lie, but if it is pumping on this news, we could in fact see that FOMO die down and get a retracement eventually. Jeremy Hogan also commenting, this is a vicious condemnation of Gary Gensler by former SEC Chair Chris Giancarlo. He said, as for reports that I'm in the mix to run the SEC, I've made it clear that I've already cleaned up earlier Gary Gensler mess, CFTC, and don't want to have to do it again. DC rumors that I'm interested in some crypto role in the U.S. Treasury are also wrong. So he's putting it out there. Chris Giancarlo, former CFTC chair, who's also very pro-crypto. So then the question becomes, and Crypto Assets Guy is asking this, Gary should be resigning shortly. Or I guess that's a statement. Jeremy Hogan saying, we are on a countdown. Guys, that brings me to this next piece. Smoke here posting this. Gary just delivered what unmistakably sounded like a farewell speech It's been a great honor to serve. So Gary Gensler did put out a statement yesterday, November the 14th. If you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, it was this whole spiel here. Many thanks to the Practicing Law Institute and the 56th Annual Institute on Securities Regulations, yada, yada. This year I'm going to talk about effective administration. It is customary, blah, blah, blah. But then down here, guys, he writes, it's been a great honor to serve with them doing the people's work and ensuring that our capital markets remain the best in the world, almost sounding like he is about to sign off. So is he going to sign off? Yes or no? Bitcoin Magazine here also noticing something interesting. Breaking, Gary Gensler releases a statement suggesting that he may be leaving. So before I close, so this is, again, another screen grab from that statement. Before I close, I want to say something about the SEC and its staff. It's a remarkable agency. The staff and commission are deeply mission-driven, focused on protecting investors, maintaining fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitating capital formation. The lawyers, accountants, economists, policy experts, and other staff generally could make more money working somewhere else. They choose, though, to work on behalf of the public here at the SEC. It does sound like a going-out speech, doesn't it? It's been a great honor to serve with them, doing the people's work, as I mentioned before, and ensuring that our capital markets remain the best in the world. So in conclusion, Sam and Jane Gensler, my mom and dad, never worked in finance or even completed college. When they invested their savings, our family benefited from the securities markets, common sense rules of the road. The SEC's effective administration of a well-regulated securities market promotes trust. It's what brings investors and issuers to the market like fans of a football game. Again, it sounds like a going out speech here. Underpins contributions last 90 years. I've been proud to serve. So I've been proud to serve with my colleagues at the SEC who, day in, day out, work to protect American families on the highways of finance. Things that make you go, So now, guys, the speculation is that Gary Gensler is, in fact, resigning. Maybe prematurely. Watch your guru here posting this. Michael Saylor says replacing SEC Chair Gary Gensler is incredibly bullish for digital assets. Well, duh.
That are in focus with the Trump administration coming into play. SEC chairman, for example, a lot of expectations that Gary Gensler is going to step aside. And I realize Bitcoin itself is governed as a commodity, unlike other cryptocurrencies. But when you're talking about the ETFs and when you're talking about the cryptocurrency exchanges and when you're talking about companies like yours, MicroStrategy, which is publicly traded, it is SEC. So how important is that appointment going to be? And who would you like to see at the helm?
Well, I think whoever chairs the SEC has probably the most pivotal role in the entire digital assets industry. I think this is incredibly bullish for digital assets. It's very good for the crypto industry. We're going to see a lot more pro-Bitcoin policies. We're going to see a digital assets framework. We're going to see an end to the war on crypto. We're going to see a lot of pro-business policies. And I think that clearly the SEC will be a big part of it. So it's above my pay grade to have an opinion on who it's going to be. But I think it's pretty clear the House, the Senate, the White House, they're all very pro-crypto. So I expect that we'll have a very supportive head of the.
So that last little bit got cut off. He says, I expect or hope to have a very, what did it say?
They will have a very supportive head of the.
A very supportive head at the SEC moving forward. So if Gary Gensler does in fact leave, guys, who's going to replace him? In a speech that Gary Gensler gave today, he admits how misguided and what a waste of resources his assault on crypto has been, while simultaneously making an important attempt to defend his agenda. This coming from xlawyer.eth on Twitter. On the one hand, he says our focus rather has been on some of the 10,000 or so other digital assets, many of which courts have ruled were offered or sold as securities. Putting this in context, aside from Bitcoin, Ether, and stablecoins, the rest of the market approximates $600 billion. That's less than 20% of the whole crypto market and less than 1/4% of worldwide capital markets. Yet, somewhere else in the speech, he says since 2018, crypto enforcement actions have been represented generally between 5 and 7% of our overall enforcement efforts. So he's contradicting himself even in this speech. And I don't have the full speech up here, but I do believe there is a link somewhere in one of these tweets that where you can find it. I link everything in the description of the video anyway, so just take a look, and I'm sure you can find it somewhere. I forget where I originally saw it. Nevertheless, let's get back to this. He fully admits that the SEC has wasted 5 to 7% of its resources annually on attempting and failing to attack an industry that represents only 0.25% of worldwide markets. So he does contradict himself there. That doesn't even account for how badly and consistently the SEC has lost its cases and the result of destroying its reputation and ultimately contributing to losing the House, Senate, and presidency for his party. He closes his speech by talking about how wonderful the SEC staff is and saying, "I'm proud," as you guys did here. From beginning to end, though, which is becoming very soon, Gary's war on crypto has been a waste of time and resources for his agency. He will not be missed. Oh, there's the full speech right down in there. So xlaw.eth did post the full speech down there. So wanted to thank him for posting that. Of course, Watcher Guru, Bitcoin Magazine, and everybody else, Smoke, Jeremy Hogan, Stuart Alderati, Eleanor Turret, Fred Rispoli, Jesse Hines. I'm sorry, sometimes I forget to thank people. Crypto Law, Sentiment, Rect Capital, and Ali Charts. But guys, it doesn't end there. I mean, this is a great note to end on. Brad Garlinghouse also did post. He did join the annual crypto conference, official Cantor's crypto conference. Safe to say that the U.S. is ready to be the crypto capital of the world with the next Trump administration. So Brad Garlinghouse championing Trump. Also, he says an apt shirt to wear on perhaps what are Gary Gensler's last days in office. Yeah, that's an FDSEC shirt. Brad's looking very, very confident, guys. And I'm very confident too. XRP right now trading in the 80s. Did you guys ever think we'd see this moment this soon in the run? Maybe you thought it'd come sooner. I don't know. But if you want to know what I'm thinking, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, it is only $5 a month, but it will be going up. So if you get in now, you're going to be paying $5 and that's that. Find out what I'm doing at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys have not already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.